trading, and this lesson is chapter 2. And in this particular lesson, we're going to be understanding the chart software by using a platform called TradingView. This will be the platform that we're going to start our trade setup. So my purpose of having this start at this point, everything we do, we are going to do it from this computer right here. And I want to show you a lot of the functions of the tools. We have tools right here that are tools to help you with your trading over here. We also, in this first corner, we have, well, we'll start from the top. Up here at the top is a file area. It gives you this where you can save your layout to what you're doing. That's good to have. We also have, different searches, different languages, and things like that. But color theme is also what we have. We can take this color theme and give it a bright color, or we can give it a darker color. Drawing pattern over here we can disappear, or we can bring it back. Now remember, this drawing pattern consists of, we can bring this over to cross, or we can bring it over to arrow, or we can bring it over to dot arrow, right? This is okay. I personally prefer to use the cross because of measurements. You see, notice right over here where this is moving and telling you the different points. That's very important. So this particular, and then also at the bottom right here is showing the dates. So when you log in and kind of zoom in to one candle, you can see you're on a particular candle and get an understanding exactly where you are in time and day and price. So that's very important, and you'll see later how beneficial that is. Okay, then we have what is called the days. This chart right here can be in seconds. Well, another thing, and I should have said at the beginning, this particular chart that I'm in now is, by the way, it's a free. This is from TradingView, and if you log in and log in and enroll into their program, you actually get your first chart of one chart free, one window. Now keep in mind, this is a template, select layout. This is where we are, one window. I can hit here, I can split this, but you see what it says right here? You're going to need a bigger monitor. Your plan has a one chart per tab limit, but our upgrade plans will let you see up to 8 links. I personally have the highest link, which is 8 links, meaning I have 8 charts on one screen. I have 4 screens total at my house. I like to put at least 8 charts. Sometimes I even do 16 on one window because I can shrink it to make it look like it's 16. And then I like to put my other 16 on another window, and that gives me 32 markets I can track at one time. And I feel like that's what I like to do when I'm in the 15 and the hourly. However, well, when I'm in the day charts, I may only track about 8 markets based off the amount of time that it takes to set up what is called charting setups. And so I usually only just track about, but you can track 16, as you continue to use your and place your strategy on each chart, you can add it to your window. So I didn't want, and I do not recommend, please remind me, this is very important. Well, should I be reminding you, do not purchase at this point. Remember, you're simply becoming trainable before teachable. At one point, once we understand all our moving averages, once we understand our candles, once we're comfortable navigating through this system, then and only then would I recommend you start adding charts, because you would have a strategy, a proven strategy that works. And for the record, I'm not giving out financial advice. I'm simply, trying to lead you to understand the charts. If you do feel like you need financial advice, I would suggest that you do seek out a financial professional, consultant. Okay, well, with that being said, let's move on. Um, this particular chart, TradingView, is well known. It links to a lot of brokers as well. So that's a benefit for this. But I personally do not like to link my platform to any broker. I just like to keep my platform where I work at separate from the platform that I'm going to actually place my trades. And you will have another session on a whole nother platform such as TradeStation, such as OANDA, or you may already have your own platform. So if you want to link it and you feel comfortable, fine. Because some of you, I have to keep in mind that you're advanced and you probably don't even need this class as well. But I promise my students that we're going to go from the start to finish, A to Z, beginning to the end. So this is what I'm doing. So we just covered candlesticks, and that was also a lesson that was, if you have not covered candlesticks and you're not aware of candlesticks, I suggest that you go back into proreadiness.com, which will link you to my online course. And that particular course lesson is given away for free, completely free. You do not have to pay for that. I did that because I wanted to move us as quickly and exponentially fast to where we are now. Remember, I said at the beginning that you all will become traders in 6 months. What it took me over 2 years just to become trainable, over 1 year to become trainable before I became teachable, over 1 year to be able to deal with simulators. This is because we were dealing with the software wasn't available at the time that I was learning this particular trade, what such as technical analysis by way of chart patterns. Okay, so moving right along. Up here, we talked about this being whatever, this is pretty much just the home plate where you can do a lot of things, color things, language, keyboard shortcuts. I don't really think you need to worry about anything but sign out, color theme right here. Um, and if you want to just look at your profile and account billing, it's good too. So you can click right there and it'll tell you where you are in terms of count your billing, but it might take you to another window, so we're not going to do that. This next particular information in this little box, this first box is called your symbols, right? And symbols is just basically what you need to know in order to find the market that you are looking for. Now, I will tell you a quick shortcut for me is that I just simply take my phone right here and I can say, okay, Google, I'm sorry, hey Siri, what is the symbol for S&P 500?
Circumflex GSPC is the symbol for S&P 500.
Okay, so she gave us that, right? So what we can do is click on here and we will go, and you don't have to even caps, even though it shows all in cap. I believe she said GSPC, which she may be wrong because um, I don't believe that that one's it. But anyway, I know sometimes different different companies will have different symbols. But I know the particular one that I'm looking for is called the micro S&P because again, different brokers have different symbols for their S&P, and because we're going to be dealing with a particular one, I'm going to put in SPX, right? And you can see where S&P 500 shows up. So we click that. Now, once you click that, this market turns into the S&P 500, and you can see it. And so even when you go to other markets, you'll see the same types of patterns right here. Now, also, this SPX is connected to the micro S&P, and sometimes you have to go to your broker and look at whatever symbol they have, and then come back to your symbols and look at various different symbols and pay attention to the patterns. You see what I'm looking at, the patterns. I'm going to, for right now, keep this in the arrow. Pay attention to all these patterns when you're comparing markets. Okay, because they could be a little different on a different time frame. And then you can see right here is what in this I'm gonna jump over to here right quick, and this is called the watch list, right? And you can red list it, right? And when you red list it, it just simply uh, it's now possible to display the description of the symbol listed of its ticker name. Okay, so right, you just did that. You just did that. We don't need to create new lists. Now we need to get out of there. We don't need to do that. I don't know why that popped up like that, but let's close out of that. Okay. All right. Let's see what's okay. Maybe I need to click here. Somehow I got myself caught up in this particular deal, and it's not what I'm looking for. So, oh, okay. Watch list. Okay, but normally when you do that, right here is where it actually. Let's see if I can click somewhere else. See, I'm looking for SPX. Okay, here's SPX. Okay, see that little symbol right there? You click that. Okay, now you have the red tag. Sometimes I do this to set out the charts that I'm working on versus the ones that I'm just trying to keep track of. See, so we have here is Forex. This market, this charts do Forex, they do crypto. Look, we got Bitcoins here. And remember, your strategy will work on Bitcoin. But Bitcoins is so new, you have to make sure that a lot of people's in the market. So I would stay with Bitcoin instead of Dodge at this point or any of the other smaller ones because of the what it's called. And I hope you can see me on. Okay, so we highlighted the S&P, and this is the market that we're working with right here. The S&PX. We can add the Nasdaq, right? We can do that. You can compare them to different to each other to see. Sometimes you want to do this because markets mimic other markets, and so sometimes putting them side by side gives you a representation. But we clearly know today that's not happening with the Nasdaq, so we'll take that off. How about the Dow Jones? Let's look at that. Close out of this. And as you can see, it's going down, and S&P looks like it might be going up a little bit, but they still have something going on there, right? Okay, and you can see here's the I guess the bottom is the Dow Jones, and this top here is the S&P. I hardly ever really use this as a comparison because I have 8 charts already open, so I already can see this without having to do this right here, and I don't think it's to me. I don't like to do a lot of things like this because it's too much on your screen, right? And they have a thing called an analysis paralysis. It's just basically too much on your screen. This is the reason why I'm going to teach you how to split the screen and have so much information here and so much information here. And it makes it so clear so that way when you're looking and probing, remember I told you we're going to have a trained eye. And when you're probing through your screens, it's so easy to see your setup, and then you come back and see it and do your analysis of it, technical analysis. Now here, right here, we click here, indicators and strategies. Okay. Now we have built-in strategies, which is the scripts of the names of the strategies. These are indicators and strategies. So you can basically you're going to build your own strategy, so you're not asking any strategy from this area, but however you are going to use some of these indicators, right? So this is what we start out with was candlestick patterns, right? And we're on candlestick patterns, right? So we don't have to worry about that, all candlestick patterns. But this area right here we talked about in the lessons when you went back about how they have various different symbols of candlesticks that has reversal names to these particular reversals. Dragonfly, Harami, and this shows you hammer, gravestone. This shows you the various different ones. But basically, I only know about 28. This looks like it's about 50 of them. I may know 28. I probably remember 14 actually, because those are the ones I use all the time, and those are the ones that we talked about in the previous lesson. Again, if you go back to my previous lessons, you can find them on YouTube. I believe the name is Towards Understanding Candlestick Patterns, Part 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you can go into enrolling by simply signing up at proratedness.com, enroll in the class, and then the lessons of 1 through 9 on candlesticks will open up for you. Okay, and then you can just go over that and catch the various different ones that I have showed you. And then if you need help understanding some of these other ones, such as Haramis, kicking bullish and stuff like that, lower shadow bullishes and things like this, Marabozos right here. If you need help understanding in my information, you can go to proratingness trader Facebook at Facebook, proratingness trader, proratingness at Gmail, proratingness So there's various different ways of catching me and sending me a message or calling me directly. And that way I can help you when you're trying to understand some of these one Morning Star and things like that. So I briefly touched down on them just to give you an understanding. And I think if you click on one of these, they may help you understand them or teach you, but it actually didn't. But what it did was kind of like put a little deal right here. See here, it's called the inverted hammer, and it tells you a little bit about it right here. It says if the downtrend, then the open lower. When it says if a downtrend, then the open is lower. When it eventually trades higher, when it eventually trades higher, but closes near its open, it will look like an inverted version of the hammer candlestick. This is the this is a 1 day bullish reversal pattern, right? And it shows you right here. And as you can see, the market was going up. It shot down right here. It was a reversal, went down, and eventually took off and went up right here. But I don't use these because I know that hammers, again, going back to my lessons, what we talked about earlier, hammers show what is called, they're different sizes. So I can't just rely on this computer to tell me every time I need to look at an inverted hammer. I will say this though, what do we see right here? There's some gaps right here, was an indication that this market should be going up, and it did go up right all the way up to here. I like to call these three advancing soldiers. See, we got one, two, three. So I that some again, not all the time, but most of the time, high percentage of the time, that would be an indication that the market is in an uptrend. And as you can see, it continued to go from here. It went down a little bit, but then it still shot back up, right? And that was your get out point to the point where it started to trend go down, consolidated, came up again, trend go down, and eventually start going back up. But the symbol possibly started right here, right in that area right there. Okay, so I'm going into talking a little bit about candlesticks when I should be talking about the computer itself and what it do. This is why we're here. TradingView. That's the name. Get it. Get started. Get it uploaded. So when we go to our next lessons, we're going to be putting these indicators on this chart. We're going to chart. It's time to start charting. It's time to start using technical analysis. You know, don't make me think. You asked me to do it, and I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to show you how to set up a strategy, proven strategy. You don't no longer have to click on no other websites. You don't have to click on financial or so-called guru chart specialists. All you have to do is do it yourself. Proven strategy. This is again, and we're still in the basics. You'll be with me for the next 90 days just dealing with the basics. Then the next 90 days you'll be dealing with a simulator, right? Unless you want to go to the advanced part of this. And we do have that as well. Okay, so let's see. Next, we talked about candles. We talked about add-ons, comparing different markets on the same screen. We talked about the favorites. Now, I like to do this, right? I will go to built-ins, right? And I know what I use to trade with, right? So I will come down. I first want to start with my Bollinger Bands, right? I don't want percentage. I don't want strategy. I don't want all these other Bollinger Band width. I don't need that. I just need simple Bollinger Bands. And I'm going to click on that star and make it my favorite. That's one, right? Then I like to use what is called moving averages, right? So we come down to the M's, right? And we got moving averages. Now, I don't want moving averages exponential, which I do use those sometime. I don't want moving average ribbon. I don't want moving average weight. I don't want moving average cross. I just want simple moving averages.